right, guys, welcome back to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. It is Monday, June 13th. Let's just jump right into it. We've got a lot of guests today, a lot of amazing guests, so let's just get going. I know you know her. I know you see her all over town, all over the place, but for some weird reason, if you haven't, let them know who you are, young lady, and what you are here for today.
So I am Karissa Winters, and I'm here today for Jupiter Horizons Gallery. What Jupiter Horizons Gallery is, it is an art gallery for local artists to showcase their artwork, but also learn about what it's like to be in a gallery, as well as to get that experience so they can go to other galleries. We help them learn about pricing their artwork and everything in between. But what's great about that too is that we also create these art experiences, because we don't want people in our city missing out on that. And you can buy tickets to these events, but also we sponsor anyone who cannot afford to come. It doesn't matter the reason. We want to make sure that this is accessible to everybody. I co-own this with Claire Santillana, and she is the owner of Crossroads Art House and does the art walk. So it's been really amazing to fuse both of our passion and love and everything in between that we do with our separate businesses into something that benefits the community and that we're both very passionate about.
Well, you both do just an amazing job of that, and I do appreciate how you help each other all the time. What is one of these, when you talk about an art experience, what do you mean by that? So picture that I have, I know this will be a hard stretch for you, but let's pretend I have no culture whatsoever, and I don't know much about the art world and all of this. So when you say it's an art experience, what do you mean by that?
So that means it's generally something all immersive that surrounds you or hands-on. Our last one was a glow-in-the-dark splatter paint experience. So you got to go suit up, do glow-in-the-dark paint. We had music going, and then you got to take this cool canvas. And so it was just different hands-on experience. And this one coming up is actually going to be an infinity room. It's inspired by Kusama. And what's so great about this infinity room is it's all these mirrors everywhere and lights hanging down. So you're all immersed in this. And so it's an experience in the sense of we're creating art with something tangible that you can experience. So it's not just the type of art that you see hanging on a wall, because art comes in many different forms. And that's what we want to show people who may not know anything about art, or even people who do, but they haven't had this kind of experience. And for people who have experienced it, they know how amazing it is when you go to these all immersive experiences where you're getting hands-on or you're getting to be part of a living work of art.
Well, that does sound way cooler than just looking at a photo. I mean, art on the wall is still beautiful. I love it, but that sounds like a lot more fun with all the lights and mirrors and hanging stuff.
It is.
I don't even know how to describe that.
It's going to be
cool.
Really amazing. I'm going to have you go check it out, because it's going to be awesome.
So tell me about this infinity room then that you said it was inspired, I'm going to butcher this, by Kusama?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about Kusama.
Well, it's an artist, and it just goes back to a different type of flow and artwork, and so it's that all immersive feeling. So when you're in this room and you have all of the lights and all of the mirrors surrounding you, you're in a different place. And so we're hoping that sparks something in people's minds, just like the art does, to start you thinking differently and maybe outside the box than you normally would. Because a lot of people, art on walls may not be for them, and so they say, well, I don't like art. I don't want to go to art gallery, or I don't want to go to a museum. But art comes in many forms, and
you don't
so
have
that's
to stay in the lines on this.
You don't.
It's encouraged to, in fact, get outside the lines and get a little crazy.
Yes, color outside the lines, get crazy. There's no right or wrong way to do art. Not everybody's going to be a Van Gogh or a Picasso, or don't compare yourself. That is like the death of art, is when you start to compare maybe what you create to what someone else created. There's a freedom in art, and that's what I think is so great about this, is it gives people the ability to not only see it, but experience it. And I think that does really shift your mindset to look at things in a different way.
Outstanding. Well, let's talk about this. Let's make sure we get all the details out there. This Saturday at 1 p.m., 120 South Main, I know that building well, it's a cool building, is the Infinity Room inspired by Kusama. It's from 1 to 6. Where can they get tickets? How can they follow this? If they have questions, how can they reach out and get those questions answered?
Yes, you can obviously reach out to me or Claire if you know us. Go to our Facebooks, but also Jupiter Horizons Gallery, Instagram, Facebook, website. You can buy tickets on all of those platforms, and tickets will be $10. And I cannot stress enough, If there is some reason you cannot afford to buy a ticket, we will sponsor it. Just reach out to us.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Is there anything that I'm forgetting to talk about with this, or just anything that we need to get to before I let you go real quick?
Well, just that Jupiter Horizons Gallery is provided to artists here locally to have a platform to get to know more about art and being in a gallery. And doing these events helps us provide that to these artists, to spend the time with them, to walk them through what they need to know to be able to be successful as having, art as their main business, if that's what they want to do.
Outstanding. Well, you're doing a great job. And again, thank you for all that you do to help so many others. And I just encourage you to keep going, and you all everybody keep lifting each other up and making it happen. And good job. Guys, one more time, Infinity Room, inspired by Kusama. Kusama. Saturday, June 18th, 1 p.m., 1 to 6. Tickets are $10, but if that's what's keeping you from going, reach out and talk to them, and they will take care of you. Ms. Karissa, thank you so much. We will take a quick break and be right back with our next guest.
Hey, I'm Cindy Staley, and today we're doing something really fun. We've got studs that our community has purchased and sponsored, and they've written their names on them. This is something that we want you to participate in with us. Our studs cost us $8 a piece now, but you can be a sponsor for just $100 a stud. It's really a way for you to partner with our families, but when they walk in and they know that the community has partnered with them, it makes all the difference in the world. Please join us, won't you?
We are back with our next guest, and this gentleman I am brand new to meeting. I'm excited to hear what he has to say because I am extremely out of the loop on all this stuff, so I want to get caught up. Please introduce yourself, my friend, and let them know who you are here with, if you don't mind.
Yes, my name is Ernest Adame. I am the co-founder, director, and instructor of Grupo Folklorico de Victoria, alongside Maria Polido and Sandra Martinez. I'm here today to talk about our upcoming show, registration, and the summer workshop that we'll be having.
Outstanding. Well, I want to rewind it back a little bit and kind of start at the beginning because I don't know much about you guys, and I want to learn. And I'm going to tell you right out the gate, like I can't roll my R's like that. So I'm going to sound super white boy when I try to say some of this stuff. But first off, tell me a little bit about you all's group. Like when you started, what you guys are, what you do, what your mission is, kind of that stuff.
So we started in 2019, and then as most of you know, we got hit by COVID pretty hard. So that kind of derailed a lot of our plans, but we're back up and running very strong. We'll be having our show on June 25th. For those of you that don't know what Folklórico is, the way that I explain it to people that have no idea about it, here in the United States, we have different states, and each state has their own culture, music, food, the way we dress. So, when we think of Texas, we think of cowboy hats and boots and country music and Whataburger and stuff like that. So,
Whataburger.
So in Mexico, Mexico has their own states, and each state has their own culture as well. So what we do is we feature all of those different costumes and music and stuff like that through dance. It's very complex. There's a lot to learn, especially when you're teaching it. There's a lot for my students to learn when they're learning it. But it is Mexican cultural dancing.
Gotcha. So when you say your students now, are these people like me that say have full-time jobs and this is a side thing that they like to go put their passions into? Or are these full-time students that do this for a living and travel and perform and stuff?
So most of them start out as just kind of like an extracurricular thing. We do start them off at 3 years old. But some of them have branched out to make like an actual career out of it. They go to school here in Texas, they go on, they start their own groups, whether they work with a school or their own private group. So it can be something that you do for fun, or you can make a career out of it.
What is the age range typically of your students? I mean, I know sounds like it can vary, but kind of what are the wide ranges? So
in our group, personally, we start them out at 3, and then my oldest dancer right now, I think, is 35.
So I'm just too old then.
Oh no, it goes all. If you can walk, you can dance.
I don't know, man. We may have to talk about that one, but that sounds real cool. So Is this you all's first show this year?
This will be our first show. We have named it El Colibrí. That is Spanish for hummingbird, which you'll see is our mascot.
Got it.
The hummingbird is very significant in the Mexican culture. In ancient times, it was believed that they were the bringers of good wishes, and they could communicate between the living and the dead, so they could bring you messages from ancestors that have passed. So our idea is that our shows are kind of like the love and the culture that we are receiving from our ancestors and sharing it with different generations. So that is why we've named it what it is, and it'll continue to be that every year.
Gotcha. And so then, like, let's say I show up and I go watch this thing. Is it just a big full-blown performance where you guys are doing all these songs and dancing, or is it like, hey, here's one song, one dance, see you later type thing?
So it's a full production. We do segments that represent different states in Mexico. We do a lot of fundraising throughout the year. One of the things that I love about our group is we try to keep everything low cost so that people from all backgrounds can come and dance with us. It's the same thing with our show. Our tickets are only $5, and we do that so everybody can come. Because it is also very, very educational. So the experience of the show will take you all throughout Mexico. We also have a group coming from Corpus, Alcortas Compañía de Danza Folklórica.
Say that one more time.
Alcortas Compañía de Danza Folklórica.
Okay.
It's a mouthful.
Right, gotcha.
It's a mouthful, but they're amazing
that.
performers. I'm actually really excited for Victoria to be able to see them, as well as us. But it's going to be a really good experience.
Well, I think that's neat how you were telling me off camera, that you guys are kind of joining up, and you everybody knows I talk about that all the time, the iron sharpens iron, and everybody just helping each other out, and so I think that's really neat. So this show is June 25th at 5:30. Doors open at 5:30. Show starts at 6:30 at the Victoria Fine Arts Center. How can they get tickets? How can they find you for information if they've got questions? How can they get in touch with you?
Okay, so pre-sale tickets are $5 each. Those can be purchased through any group member, myself included. You can find us on Facebook, Grupo Folklorico de Victoria. You can also email us, gfd.victoria@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to meet anybody, anywhere for pre-sale tickets. You can also buy tickets at the door for $8. And I'm really good about getting back with people as soon as I get messages. So for anybody wanting pre-sale tickets, that would be the way to do that.
Do you guys, I know obviously probably not for this show, I would assume you have your crew set and all that and your cast, but do you guys, for future performances, are you looking for more dancers or more students or people to become involved?
Yeah. So the night of our show, we will open registration for our new season. It'll stay open until August 28th. Anybody is welcome. Anybody from any background, any gender. We start people off, like I said, at 3 years old. There's no cap on age, so everybody can come. Registration is $50 a year per family. So if you have more than one child, it's $50 for the entire family for the year. And then it's a small tuition fee of $10 a month per student.
Gotcha. Man, I think you'd have to put me in the 3-year-old class if I started. I am that bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. But my brother, I appreciate you. Is there anything I'm forgetting?
No, we would like to welcome everybody to our show. I think Victoria is really, really going to enjoy it. It's going to be very festive, very lively. The music is going to be really great. The performers that we have from Corpus that are coming are going to be very entertaining, and I think that y'all definitely don't want to miss this.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Please keep us in the loop on things going on. We'd love to have you come back in and come talk about it. We'll try to swing by there and catch the show, but thanks for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Guys, let's take a quick... Yes, we'll take a quick break and be right back.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that says something about who Wallach & Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
Marketing today can be complex. Emails, customer relationship management, lead tracking, landing pages, and text messaging. But what if you could do it all with just one tool? And what if there was an agency behind the solution that could do it with you? Or better yet, do it for you? Introducing Thrive Fuel 360, the new do-it-for-you digital marketing solution. Drive leads, nurture prospects, automate follow-up, connect with your audience, and book appointments all in one place. Thrive Fuel 360.
right, guys, we are back. This guest has been here before, but not in the news studio, so it's been a little while. And so I'll just apologize for sending you to the wrong place right out the gate.
We're
My
good.
fault. Been one of those days. But thank you. Welcome back for coming. And thank you and welcome back. Thanks for coming. Let's see if I can get that all out. So good Lord. So
It's a Monday, Caleb.
it feels like a Monday, I'll tell you, like a whole week of them. And so anyway, let's talk about Highway 87 Trade Days.
Let's.
You do such a phenomenal job out there. I want to
thank
hear
you.
all the details. Talk to me. What we got coming up?
Can you believe that actually we are in our 5th year? I just went back because we started the year of Harvey. We started in 2017 in May. Of course, then we didn't do summer because it was so hot. So usually, Highway 7 Trade Days Market, it's always on the 3rd Saturday of the month, every month, 9 to 3, inside Legacy Hall at Sun Valley Ranch. We do have vendors inside and outside. Their choice. God bless the ones that are outside because it's getting too hot now.
Yes.
But Saturday, June 18th, Father's Day weekend, we have trade days. So asking folks if they're going to come out early because due to the heat, we might be closing up shop a little bit early.
About
we'll
noontime.
see.
It's cooking out there.
We'll see. We're going to get through the lunch rush at least till 1:30, and we'll see how it goes. But we have vendors of all types, and I brought products and stuff. So we have vendors of all kinds, and these are local vendors here in our area: Victoria, Cuero, even some from Yoakum or Hallecksville or Edna or Goliad. And so we support small business. That's what we started as. We started as a vendor market to support Sun Valley Ranch. All the vendor fees go to the ranch. I don't take a paycheck, so I just coordinate it. I do have a booth there, which is great. But it is a variety. We have vendors that hand make items.
I noticed like you kind of have like a dude set up here, like something pretty masculine with everything going on right
I'm
here.
telling you, bring the dads out. It's going to be great. That morning is also casting with cops.
Yes, ma'am.
That hopefully folks have signed their kids up for, and come on over after that and bring the dads because these are handmade. This is salt and pepper holders.
All right.
So for those dads that are cooks that grill and stuff, this is great deep to put salt and pepper in. Put your spices in.
Get that good sprinkle going on your stuff. Look all cool while you do it.
And Van hand makes these, and he's there, so you can come see him. We also have handmade metal artwork, local. Some folks that have retired that's what they're doing now. And also leather. Oh my goodness, we're so excited. Ken, he's from Cuero, is coming in and bringing his hand-tooled leather products.
Outstanding.
Knife holders, pistol holders, eyeglass holders, business card holders, Bible covers, belts. And so we are excited to have all these handmade products that people take so much time and love and energy to put into. And so we also have other vendors that bring home accent products. These are great. I love these. All of our patriotic stuff. We have, and by the way, if you are the cooker, we also have folks that, if Dad has a sweet tooth, make sure to come see Andy's place because Andy brings the sweet stuff.
Okay.
He brings the cookies, the cakes.
Andy, I'm
the
going to make a
breads.
note. Look for
Yes,
Andy.
look for
That's
Andy.
the one. Okay.
Coach brings his pickles. We've got those also.
My son loves those things.
We've got, who does that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, we have, also, if you're a cooker, we have a Watkins vendor who has seasonings. Watkins has been around since 1898 or something like that. Used to go around to the houses. We have vendors that have clothing, dads, caps, shirts, patriotic, drinkware, love all the drinkware, love all the patriotic stuff. Christian wear, necklaces, bracelets, journals. We have, it's such a variety. I keep looking at my notes. Clothing, jewelry, homemade, home cottage stuff. Don't forget the Good Eats food trailer and catering will be there. And John is going light this weekend, so I think he said he's going to do chicken salad sandwiches and pulled pork sandwiches.
Might be too hot for anything else.
I
get where he's going with that. Probably smart.
And of course, he'll have his delicious smashed lemonade, which is fresh, and everybody loves that. Johnny Knight always donates his time, comes out and sings some tunes for us, and so it's just a great time. We're here local in Victoria. We're a mile down from Victoria West High School, right here, local people, and would love for people to come out to our market and support and shop local, support our local folks.
Where can they find your information? Where can they find all this stuff to,
Now,
or if they have questions, they
yes.
want to reach out?
Two great places. We do have a Facebook page. Just search for HWY 87 Trade Days. And then also, if someone wants to be a vendor and they want to bring their products, everything is on our website. I mean, application, rules and regs, they can pay for their spot. So all they have to do is go to our website. It's HWY87tradedays.com.
Got it.
So everything's Highway 87 Trade Days.
Hey, good branding.
They can call me at 361-894-4087.
Got it. Is there anything that I'm forgetting that we need to tell them?
I don't know. You tell me, Caleb.
I don't know. I'm waiting for you to tell me.
Besides support Victoria, support
No,
local.
that is a good thing. We need to get out there.
We've been doing this for 5 years, and we would love for folks to come out and support local people this is what we do. And we may not have a storefront, so come see us at markets. Support all your local markets. Go out to Victoria Farmers Market early in the morning, get your produce, then come out to Highway 7 Trade Days Market right at Sun Valley Ranch, 8793 US Highway.
And with all that record inflation we got going right now, it's good to come out and support local and take care of each other, because obviously our government's not going to do it, so we're depending on each other. So
and I can promise you we'll have stuff for Dad this weekend. We always have stuff for dads, but that's the thing. And the great thing is coming out to Sun Valley and be out in Legacy Hall, and it's such a great atmosphere out there.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what we love.
Yes, ma'am.
And so
well,
we'd love to see folks.
You do a great job. We certainly do appreciate you, and thanks for giving me all this stuff to keep. I'm so excited about this. Like you hooked me up great. Like,
I probably even brought your size too.
Let's hope so. But no, thank you so much for all
welcome,
you do,
Caleb. Thank
guys.
you.
Yes, ma'am. We're gonna take one quick break and be back with our last and final guest today.
We can't believe it. We're still overstocked on bedding, recliners, sofas, even sectionals. It's happening right now at Cayman Furniture. Buy it today and have it delivered today.
And you thought I was kidding. Buy it today and we'll have it in your home tonight.
All right, guys, we are back with our final guest. She's a favorite of mine, a dear friend. Before we go any further, though, congratulations are due to you, because you have become the new Victoria City Attorney, and congratulations.
Well, thank you.
That was a lot of hard work that you've put in for many years, and well deserved. That was earned, and you did it, and so congratulations. I'm very, very, very happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, but I am not here in that capacity today. I am here as a board member of the Victoria Preservation Society, so just
Did
to
I
make
introduce
that
you, or
clear.
did I just start singing your
I think
praises?
you just started talking and assumed that everybody would know who I was.
The ones that don't, let's go ahead and tell them.
My name is Allison Lacey. I am the city attorney, as Caleb pointed out, but that's not why I'm here today. I'm also on the board for the Victoria Preservation Society, and we're here to talk about our upcoming home tour.
I just became aware of this not too long ago. Jeff came on the show and a while back, and I think this is a really, I've seen these at a distance passing by, not really, young, dumb, naive, all that. I don't pay attention to what's going on. But now I do, and I think this, they do the cemetery tours, they do these home tours. I think this is such a cool thing to really highlight the history that we have and work on preserving that history here in Victoria. And so this is just super cool that what you guys are doing. So can you expound a little bit and talk to me about what we have going on in June?
Sure. So every year the society does what we call the historic home tour, and we get downtown properties, typically homes, to basically open their doors to the public, and they have to be historic. They have to have some sort of historical significance, and they do tours, and you get to go in and you get to see they explain the history and all of that stuff, and it's all of those cool homes that you drive by and you always wonder what they look like on the inside. Yeah, and you finally get to go in. And so we have some really neat houses and properties on our tour this year. We're kind of switching it up. We're doing homes, we're also doing historic properties. And so that's a little bit different. And the goal is to make it as walkable as possible in the downtown. So this year we have 5 locations. We have the Levi Welder House on North Main, which is currently owned by Will Sager and Neil Clark.
Oh, they're my buddies.
Yeah,
I know
yes,
them.
they are amazing. That's the big white house on Main that everybody always wants to go into. I've been in it. It's gorgeous. You're going to love it.
Neil's incredible, and I'm sure.
Oh, they both are. They are so
but
talented. I'm so
I've worked
jealous.
with Neil before, and he's really good at what he does.
Yeah, when
Really
I'm
good.
ready to do my house, I'm going to have them come do it for me.
For real.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
So we also have the Lander Hopkins house, which is on West Power Street, currently owned by Ashley Thomas, and that is literally catty corner to their house. So just you could walk there across the street. That's another really cool house. We have the Nave Museum, which it's not about necessarily what's inside the in the nave at the time. It's the history of that building, and everyone will kind of get an explanation of what it means to Victoria and all.
It's a unique building.
It's
for
a
Victoria.
very cool building, and a lot of people don't really think about how long it's been here and the history of it and stuff like that. So that's going to be a neat experience. I'm really excited for the St. Mary's Catholic Church, the old convent, is going to be on the tour, and so that is. I've been in there one time. To say that it is cool is a tremendous understatement. It is so amazing in there. And you'll get to go in and tour that. And then we have the D.H. Reagan House, which is on South De Leon. And that's another one of the big with the multicolor paint and all of the just really cool. I've never been in it. I'm excited to go there. So, and those are our 5 houses. And so, yeah, you just go in them and the docents will tell you all about them and just, get to know the history.
Well, I think it's neat because there is so much history here, and those houses in particular, they have a ton. And I think it's neat adding the church and the other place because those are places I kind of want to see too.
Yeah.
And so
you never get to go in there, and now you finally get the chance to, and they're really neat on the inside.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, these old Victorian homes, I mean, the charm, the character, they're awesome. Like I've always, ever since I was a kid driving by and looking at those homes, they've just always been awesome to me. And so to get the chance to go see them is really neat. And then to be able to help fund and give back to the Victoria Preservation, while they do this, that to me is just a bonus on top of it.
Well, I mean, as you know, history preservation is hugely important to Jeb and I. We live in a 140-year-old home. We're in the process of, it's historic, we're in the process of, restoring it and all of that stuff. And so it's literally part of our everyday lives. And so to be able to help reach out to the other properties in the downtown that so many people want to make sure that we don't lose because they're so easy to, it's easy to lose them because they're old and they're expensive and they're hard to take care of. And so supporting the people who are doing that is tremendously important, especially right now.
No, I agree because that's one of the things, when I show homes to people or something, they start talking about the old Victorian homes. And I always preface with, look, I love these homes, but make sure you equally love them as well because at 160 years old or 100 plus years old, I mean, they're constant maintenance.
Absolutely.
They had to say, don't buy one of these unless you're mad at your money or you just really love these homes. But I'm glad that there are people that are willing to put the love in because if, like you said, I mean, they will fall apart quickly if they're not loved and maintained. And that's a true testament to the owners and the care that they have put back, all the many thousands of dollars that these people have had to spend to keep these things going, and then for them to open the doors and share with the community. I mean, that's special,
Right. It absolutely is. It's very special.
I think it's super neat, and I think this group that's doing this, I think you all are awesome, and I just think this is too cool. What am I forgetting to tell people?
Okay, so it is June 25th and 26th. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. Saturday is 10 to 5. Sunday is 12 to 5. There are 5 locations. You can get tickets at either. You only get to go to each location once. Tickets are $20. You can get a ticket for one day, hit some of the houses, and then hit the other houses or the other properties on the next day. You can kind of mix and match it. There's a lot. You can go online to Victoria. Hold on. What is our website? VictoriaPreservation.com. Or you can go to places like Rogers Pharmacy, Happy Hippie, Peaches and Tortilla. They will all have tickets available. Or you can just buy them that day. Wear comfortable shoes because it's a lot of walking, and wear comfortable clothes because it's going to be hot.
Yes, it is. Now, for somebody that gets nervous going new places, stuff like that, are they going to walk up and the front door is going to be open? I doubt it because it's super hot. Or do I have to walk up and knock on the door? And how does that work? Just for the ones that get a little nervous about that.
So there will be docents at each location, which means docents.
Okay.
We're going to learn what that word
Yes,
means
let's
today.
talk.
Okay, so
Docents?
basically your docent is your tour guide, and they have all the information about the house. I teach Caleb a new word every time I come on
You're
here.
learning me something. Thank you.
So there's multiple docents at each location, and they're each in charge of certain pieces of information. So they will meet you at the door. They'll guide you through the house. They will tell you what's going on in that particular part of the house. Because obviously, some of these locations, you can't go to all of the places.
What? They don't want me
Like
going
in their
through
master
their closets,
bedroom, yeah,
checking out what's under their beds.
I mean, that's what I would do for sure.
I mean, you gotta see. What do they have under here?
Yeah, what are the skeletons?
160 years, there's got to be some good ones in there somewhere.
Yeah, and from my experience, because I've done this a few times, there's generally always some kind of line at each property waiting to get in, because they only take certain numbers of people in. So you'll see
And
the
I'm
people.
sure they want to give you the good tour and not rush you and make sure that it's special for you.
Right. So there'll be lines and tour guides, and it'll all be handled for you. You don't have to, all you have to do is just walk around and listen.
Perfect.
Very
well,
easy.
Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you guys for doing this and hosting this, and congratulations again on your well-earned promotion. Guys, make sure you go visit all these things, take care of each other, lift each other up, support each other, and make sure you keep tuning in and thank our sponsors. We'll see you at the next one. Thanks so much for tuning in to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. Make sure you comment down below, like the post, share the post. It really helps the algorithms. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And if you have an event coming on you want featured on Victoria Events, shoot us a message. We'd love to help you get the word out there. Lastly, make sure you support our sponsors. We could not do this show without them, so we're very grateful. Thanks so much, Victoria, and we'll see you at the next one.